Hello everybody, Jay the Bosser, and welcome back to a brand new surprise lightsaber! That's a joke I stole from a YouTube channel. Like, I got this cool Kylo Ren lightsaber. Lights up, makes noises, all the good stuff. Doesn't fold in all the way though. Anyways, today we'll be talking about kyber crystals, which, if you don't know, are the crystals that power lightsabers. And I'm just going to be talking about where the lightsaber colors come from and how the crystals work. Now, this video is going to be split into two parts. The first one's going to be very short. Because there was a change in how the kyber crystals work when Star Wars got bought out. When Disney bought Star Wars, they changed the canon. Kyber crystals. Little crystals, they're inside these things. Lightsabers. So it's red. More on Kylo Ren's lightsaber later, because it's actually very unique. Obviously, it's the only one with these, but I'll explain to you why that is the way it is. Kyber crystals, the way they used to be before Disney bought Star Wars, were there were these caves on planets and stuff and different systems, whatever. You can go and read about that on Wikipedia. That's a thing. But they were just the colors that they were, and the Jedi preferred to use green and blue. Some used yellow. And they just were the colors that they were, and that's what the lightsaber ended up being. Sith always got the red kyber crystals, got the red lightsabers. But then Disney bought Star Wars, and they changed it. Oh, they did. See, the main change that they did was they were like, okay, everything that's been about Star Wars so far is not canon. Except, and there's a list of things that happened before they bought Star Wars that they still count as canon. Clone Wars and all the movies and all that stuff. Okay. What they did to change lightsabers, how they work, how the kyber crystals work. The kyber crystals were no longer just the color that they were when you got them. They were clear. And it had to choose a Force user, someone who uses the Force, for them to change to a color. If it didn't choose them, it would melt in their hands. So they couldn't just go out and mine a random blue crystal and be like, okay, I'm putting this in my lightsaber. No. The crystals chose the Force user. And it would change colors according to the Force user when they would use the Force on the crystal in a meditative way. The blue coloration would be the Jedi, known as the Jedi Guardian. And it's people who use the Force on a physical level only. Green was the Jedi Counselor. And it's people who reflected on the mysteries of the Force and combated the dark side of the Force at its heart. And there was yellow, Jedi Sentinel. These ones are very rare. There's like almost no Jedi Sentinels. And they pretty much just trained their skills in combat and education. And they weren't too much, studying the Force or into using the Force. They mostly just studied in combat skills. And like I said, then there's red. Red is different. The crystals don't naturally turn red. They turn red through a process known as bleeding, where a Sith will take a kyber crystal, or a synthetic one, because there was a time where there was synthetic kyber crystals, because, I forgot. But, take it, and they just embed it with the dark side of the Force until it turned red. And the process was known as bleeding. That's why Sith are the only one with red lightsabers. Because they're the only ones that use the dark side of the Force. Maybe you've never seen white or black, but you've definitely seen purple if you know Star Wars. Mace Windu. It's not explained how his lightsaber is purple. Before the canon changed, there was a comic explaining that he got the purple crystal when he defeated this creature using a special Force ability that only he had, which shattered the mind of the opponent, and then he rebuilt it and was like, okay, you defeated me, take this purple crystal. But since they changed the canon. First off, they made that uncanon. They also changed the way kyber crystals work, where they're not just a base color. They have to be made into that color, so they changed that. So it's not explained in canon how his lightsaber is purple. My theory is that in canon he still does have that ability, and it just turned purple because he has that ability. But I don't know. There's black. Also not explained, but there's a little bit of history to it. It was used in Clone Wars and Rebels. In Rebels, it's owned by Sabine, and in Clone Wars, this guy had it, and then later on, Darth Maul had it, and then it just disappeared. No one knows why the kyber crystal in it is black. No one knows why it's called the dark saber. It's a black lightsaber shaped like an actual blade and not just a cylinder like these. It's not shaped like this. It's shaped like an actual blade, and it's like white spots or something. I don't know. But all we know about it is that it was made by the first Mandalorian to become a Jedi. I forgot his name. And then he died, and they kept it in a Jedi temple. And then these people are like, okay, we're going to take it and pass it down through our generations. I don't know what I just did. And that's the Darksaber. White, which actually does have a canon explanation. And we use... Ahsoka is the only Jedi seen in canon using white lightsabers, and she had them in Rebels. She had 2. Basically, the white lightsabers, remember what I told you earlier about the red lightsabers? The only way to get them to be red was to make them bleed by embedding them with the dark side of the Force. Well, to make them white is to reverse that with the light side of the Force, and it's a process known as healing. That's basically what Ahsoka did. She just healed the corrupt kyber crystals and made them white. And yes, there are multiple variants of these colors, because there just is. I don't know, like Kylo Ren's. Like with Kylo Ren's, it's a variant of red. It's different. As you can see, it has the 2 cross guards, and as you see in the show, it's all like has all this like effect nonsense. Whatever. It's that way because it's a red kyber crystal, yes, but it's cracked. And the 2 side cross guards are exhaust pipes, because if these weren't here to exhaust that extra energy, then the lightsaber itself wouldn't be a lightsaber, it'd be a bomb. And just explode the moment it was created. Like that. You know? If you enjoyed the video, comment down below, like the video, share it with your friends, do whatever, and have a great day.